Mr. Murali Pillai.
Mr. Speaker, sir, thank you for allowing me to speak. Sir, I have two supplementary questions to the Honourable Finance Minister. First, in relation to his, sorry, may I rephrase? May I ask the Honourable Finance Minister why he feels it's not appropriate to calibrate downwards the petrol tax at this point in time, given the backdrop of the following facts. First, when the Honourable Deputy Prime Minister announced the hike in petrol tax in February 2021, he pegged the reasons for increasing it as really to promote a green environment, not revenue. Number two, at the time when he announced the fee hike, or rather the tax hike, the Ukraine invasion would not have been foreseeable. But at that point in time, he and his minister and the government officers would have calibrated a certain standard or certain behavior pattern, in terms of increase in the fuel price and how much behavior would have changed from that point onwards. In fact, since the announcement was made, the price was hiked by about 10%. Number three, we all accept that the war drove up the price. In fact, since 24th February 2022, when the invasion happened, to date, the price at the pumps were increased about 5%. So why could we not calibrate downwards the fuel tax so that we have an optimal behavior that was planned as at February 2021? That's my first question. The second question is that if the minister still does not intend to intervene, then when does he think is a proper time to intervene, having regard to the fact that a number of vehicles are used by fellow Singaporeans for their trades and businesses? Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, I think I had tried to explain very comprehensively why it's not a good idea to reduce fuel duties. Let me try again in light of Mr. Murali's three questions. We collect fuel duties for both revenue as well as externality reasons. And the revenues generated are not small, and they are used for a range of very important things to subsidize many activities, public transport, a whole range of things, amongst others. So we should think carefully about giving up these sources of revenue, particularly when we are facing considerable revenue challenges already, and we had a long discussion in the budget debate about all the revenue and fiscal challenges we face. That's number one. Number two, as I mentioned just now, there are the considerations of who benefits from this. And as I highlighted, 4 in 10 households, only 4 in 10 in Singapore, Singaporean households own cars. In fact, 4 in 10 is for the average. For the bottom 20%, 1 in 10. For the top 20%, it's 6 in 10. So in the end, the ones who benefit more are the better off when you do something like that. And that's something we want. So is that the best use of subsidies? And then thirdly, we will be moving in the wrong direction because fuel duties price in the negative externalities, as we all understand, to society and to environment. In a way, you can think of them akin in part to a carbon tax on vehicles. Because we do not apply carbon tax on fuel, fuel duties are akin in part to carbon tax on vehicles. So we are already moving in the right direction on carbon tax, to raise carbon tax, to accelerate our green transition and to achieve our net zero target. So it will not be consistent as we move on that front to, on the other hand, reduce fuel duties. That's why, on balance, we think the better approach is not to intervene in this way. We are saying we will help people who are affected. We will continue to help them. We have been helping, and we will continue to monitor the situation, and for those who need more help, and if the situation worsens, we will certainly do more. But the better way of helping is not through a reduction in fuel duties. The better way of helping is to directly help those who are impacted through other means, and we have these different means to help those who are impacted, be it households or businesses.